Hello, this is the video reviewing order of operations. So if you struggled with the order of operations part on the final review, this is a good video to watch to kind of remind yourself how to do these things. So order of operations, you're going to see problems like this. We use order of operations a lot in our normal solving and evaluating, graphing, things like that, but it's not normally this complicated. So I wanted to do a couple of complicated examples with you so that you can see sort of how this works as just a standalone. So order of operations, you may have heard it several different ways. The way that we have always talked about it is PEMDAS, okay? And P stands for parentheses, E is exponents, M is multiplication, D is division, A is addition, and S is subtraction. Okay? And what this tells us to do is that when we are solving a problem like this, we do the parentheses first, then the exponents, then multiplication and division need to go left to right, whichever one comes first, and addition and subtraction need to go left to right, whichever one comes first. Okay? So looking at this problem here, we have a lot of things going on. We have several parentheses, we have some exponents, right? We have some multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So, it tells us to start with parentheses. So if I'm looking at parentheses, I'm going to start with these on the left. Here I have 18 divided by 3 squared. A lot of questions that students have is like, well, what do I do first within my parentheses? It's almost like you're going to have a mini PEMDAS inside this big PEMDAS. Okay? So you would do PEMDAS for what's inside the parentheses within your PEMDAS within the entire problem. So in this problem, we don't have any parentheses inside the parentheses. If we did, we do those first. Then we would do exponents. So here I would do 3 squared, which is 9. And then it's really helpful if you just rewrite the whole problem exactly as it is. That's going to make it easier for you to see what to do next. So again, I can see that I still have parentheses in here. Now I only have one operation to do, which is 18 divided by 9, which is 2. And again, I'm just going to rewrite the whole problem again. So now I've done all my parentheses. I still have some parentheses, but that's just showing me what's being squared on both of these. There's actually no operations to do inside, so my parentheses are done. Check. Next, I need to look for exponents. I see exponents here, and I see exponents here. And so I can kind of do them at the same time. So 2 squared would give me 4. That negative stays out in front. If that negative were inside, we'd square it too, but it's on the outside. And then negative 3 squared, well, a negative times negative gives me a positive, so that would just give me 9. Okay? Check. I did my exponents. Now I'm looking for multiplication and division. I see that I have subtraction here and then division, which tells me I need to do division first. 54 divided by 9 is 6, and now I only have one operation. Negative 4 minus 6 is negative 10. Okay? So, in this line, we did parentheses. This line, we did exponents. This line, we did division. This line, we did subtraction. Okay? We're not always going to use every single one of the PEMDAS letters, but we do go in that order. Okay? Now let's check this one. This one is special because we have this division bar, okay? I'm going to write PEMDAS on the side here so we remember. But division is kind of special. You would think that you'd kind of do it in the middle before you do some of these addition and subtractions. But really what you have to do is you have to simplify everything on the top and everything on the bottom before you divide. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what to divide, right? You could take 8 and divide it by 4, or you could take 3 and divide it by 2, or 8 and divide it by 2. So you want to get it to one number on top and bottom before you divide. What I like to say about that is there's kind of like invisible parentheses on top and bottom, which tell you to simplify the top completely, simplify the bottom completely. So what I like to do with these is I kind of like to start with just the top and then worry about just the bottom, okay? So on the top, I see that I have some parentheses, so I'm going to do that first. So that would give me negative 3, 13 minus 15 is negative 2, minus 8, 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay, now to simplify the bottom, I actually don't see any parentheses that I need to do because these are just showing that these are negative numbers. Okay, so then 4, negative 2, minus 2, minus negative 5. Okay, parentheses, check. Exponents, any exponents in there, so I can skip that one. Multiplication. Okay, looking at the top, I have two multiplications, so I'm just going to do them left to right. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. 8 times 2 is 16. Now, on the bottom, I do have one multiplication to do. Okay, so 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, minus 2, minus negative 5. Okay, so there's my multiplication. Again, I can't do my division yet because I don't have a number on just the top and just the bottom. So I can jump to my addition and subtraction. I can do the one on the top. 6 minus 16 is negative 10. Okay. On the bottom, I would have to do negative 8 minus 2 because I have to go left to right. Okay, 8 minus 2 is negative 8 minus 2 is negative 10 minus negative 5. And then from here, I see I still have some subtraction to do, so I'm going to go sideways because I'm having a little trouble fitting it all in there. So negative 10 stays on the top. Negative 10 minus a negative 5, remember, minus a negative turns into addition, so that would be negative 10 plus 5, which is negative 5. Now I can do my division because I only have two numbers to divide, which would give me positive 2. Okay, so let me show you what we did there. First we did parentheses. Then we had no exponents, so we did multiplication. Then we did subtraction. Oops, not addition. Subtraction. Subtraction again. And then we did our final division because we had to have that dividing bar simplified on top and bottom. Okay? We satisfied those parentheses. All right, let's check out this last one. Okay? This last one, again, we're going to be using PEMDAS. But I wanted to show you what happens when you have parentheses within parentheses or parentheses within brackets. Okay? So first thing, when you have parentheses within parentheses, right, it's like parenthesesception, you always do the inside parentheses first and work your way out. So my innermost parentheses are these right here, right? See how they are inside the brackets. I need to do this first. So 4 plus 2 minus 5 squared divided by 2 plus 3 is 5. Now, I have two different sets of parentheses, so I can kind of do them simultaneously. I can do 4 plus 2, that's easy, that gives me 6. But within these parentheses, I have two things that I can do. I can do the square, or I can divide. So again, remember it's like a little mini PEMDAS within our big PEMDAS. We use PEMDAS again, which means I would do exponents before I do multiplication or division. So 5 squared is 25. And I can simplify that further. Now here I still have these brackets to do, right? They're still there. Make sure that you carry them down. If you don't carry them down, you'll get confused and you will maybe do the subtraction before you do this division, right? So 25 divided by 5 would be 5, and then we can do our subtraction, which is 1. Okay. So let me explain what I did there. So I did parentheses, I did exponents within this little PEMDAS, I did division within this little PEMDAS, as I'm doing the parentheses on the outside, and then I finally did my subtraction. Okay? So there are some practice worksheets on the website as well if you want to practice some of these. And then if you need more help than that, I am always available during office hours.